Okay, this is something you're going to have to be aware of at Millerton. When I launched, the water was higher and this ramp was more clean. Now the water has dropped about 2 or 3 feet. There was a truck earlier that was struggling to get in and out of this lake with his boat. The park ranger drove by and even stopped and drove off. Did nothing about either taking a shovel and clearing this or even considering coming down and seeing what was going on. But this is a dilemma that you may have to face here. Now I don't want to get these baller rims too far, too much down more in the sand, so what I'm going to try to do is crank this boat up, is what I'll do. But this is something you may have to deal with at this lake. That you've got, this is not like Pine Flat, where you'll hear the ranger and the bulldozer cleaning the ramp, the boat ramp. Here at Millerton, they don't give a damn, so you have to keep this in mind if you come here. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get rolling. Today is Monday, May 8th. It's May 8th. I didn't go out fishing this weekend because I know how you fools act out there on that Cinco de Mayo celebration, alcohols and whatever else. So I'm getting out now on Monday since I'm off today. All right, folks, headed to Millerton. Let's get going. All right, folks, coming in, coming in. Slow this big 18-wheeler down. Get over and let the Table Mountain employees get going. Should you know they got to get up there to the mountain. All right, coming into Millerton. Millerton, it's all quiet. Now, see, that's what is nice about fishing during the week, is that you don't have to deal with a lot of people. It looks like this lake is still way down. Maybe it's come up some, but it's way down. Coming in, nice and quiet, folks. By yourself, so you have to be extra careful. All right, let me go ahead and pay the toll, and we'll get going. Okay, just an update, folks. The water is still down. It looks like they allowed it to come up some. Normally, this time of the year, we would be launching from here, no doubt. And we'd have this vast parking lot. One reason I did not want to come during Cinco de Mayo weekend was the ramp that we're going to use is not as large. So if you have a large crowd, crap. But we're still launching way in here deep. And the only reason I'm just showing you this, if some of you who are coming up to the lake, you might find this ramp a little hard because it's in here deep. Do not get off the road. Looks like some idiot went off into the sand there. You have to be very careful because it appears to be firm ground, but a lot of this is sandy soil and you can get stuck. So they're keeping this lake very low. It looks like they've even lowered it even more. I've never even seen they have a mountain which is out in the center of the lake. It looks like you could damn near drive on that mountain. I've never seen it that low. So the lake is still down and they're keeping it down because of fear that once this snow starts to melt up high, they would not be able to control it. In fact, let me show you what I mean, folks. I'm going to show you something. See that mountain there? That is in the center of the lake. Okay, up close to the dam. Those of you who have fished in that area know that close to that dam is 500-600 feet deep. I have never seen that mountain that large, almost as if you could put an ATV on it and drive around it. I've stood at the top of this mountain and got out of my boat, but never. So that shows you how much they've let the water out in anticipation as to how much should be coming in. And today's fishing video is brought to you by Schoeller's Guardian Care. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, only Schoeller's Guardian Care can offer you protected in-home care services. All of my nurses are trained security officers. Schoeller's Guardian Care is the only company in the state of California that offers fall detection response services. Remember, you do not want to become a victim of your own in-home care services. Schoeller's Guardian Care. In-home care services. Let's get to fishing, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the lake is down even more from my last video here at Millerton Lake. And as you can see, this section here, the water was higher. Most of this was covered, and the minnows are still jumping, folks. Minnows are still jumping. This is one reason I did not come up here this Cinco de Mayo weekend, was because of the ramp. So if you've got 200 people up here, 100 boats, and somebody has a bad attitude, you're not getting off this lake very quickly. Today is nice. There's only 3 fishermen up here. And I spoke with one gentleman, and like he said, we've never seen it this low. Hot rod shoulders, folks. Let's get to fishing. Okay, folks, as you can see, it's minnow time, and minnow time means what? Bass. See the minnows? Look at them. Look at them. The bass just having breakfast this morning. Let me get out here, folks, with my cast master. Now let's see what I can find. But look at them. They just jumping. Looks like it's a bad time to be a minnow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Hot Rod Shoulders. Some of you may ask, when I'm up here at Millerton, what am I looking for when I'm fishing? I'll be fishing with the keeper worm, the 1059 piece starting out. I'm going to start with that purple. You know, them youngsters like that perp. I'm telling you, they get hooked on it. I'm also using the, what the hell is this? Is this Alabama, Mississippi, where you got the weight up here, the slip weight, and then you have your hook down here? This is a #1 size hook, and the hooks that I use, I get them from Walmart, and also I get my weights from Walmart. These are made by Eagle Claw, so these are a real good hook, is what they are. I'm headed toward the rocks. Let's put the worm on, and I'll show you how I like to do it. Some of you will show you in your fishing videos that you're catching fish, but you're not actually showing what type of bait you're using to your viewers. As if that's secret, you know. It's already secret where the location is, but you won't even tell us exactly what the bait is. But what I do is I stick this hook in there and come out right there, push that worm on up and flip her over and bring that hook back up into the worm. Main concern, cover up your tie knot with the worm and make sure your worm is looking straight. Come on now. You're trying to catch a fish with a, you know, physically challenged worm. All right, the location I'm going to is, you see those rocks? Okay, that's where I'm going to start. And I'm going to throw my worm over there and let the boat drift and pull it back. And this is the technique I'm going to use. But that's my rock pile right here. Out of all this sandy beach, I'm only looking for these rock piles because that's where your fish can hide. They cannot hide on these sandy beaches, so they would have to be an awfully large fish to not have to worry about a predator. It's Hot Rod Shoulders. Let me get to fishing. Okay, we're going to try casting over here. Wow, that guy is moving. Look at that. Awesome, huh? Be nice if my trolling motor's kicked up like that. Boy, that'd be awesome. Okay, we're going to try this West Coast creepy crawler technique invented by Calvin Shoulders. I just received a text from this gentleman that he may have to patent, copyright his technique for the simple fact that he doesn't want it to be used commercially. without him receiving some type of financial compensation. We always thought the technique was just throwing up in the rocks and getting caught. If you ever fish with this gentleman, you'll spend half the day taking your boat in just to get his lure off the rocks. But I have witnessed his technique working very well, and I don't know if it's because the fish are watching whatever is on land and crawling into the water. But we're going to try this technique right here, and I'll let you know, folks, if it's worth using. All right, it's hot rod shoulders. So we're trying out this technique. Let's see. Got his ass. Got him, y'all. Got him. Holy shucks. Trying out this new technique, Creepy Crawler by Calvin Shoulders. And I'm telling you, I just cast out. Just casting. Woo! All right, I just cast it. Okay, folks, it's Hot Rod Shoulders. It's 9 o'clock. One problem that I'm having is finding area that has more of a rocky point. Let me show you what I mean. See the rocks there? Okay, see the rocks? Okay. Now you only see mostly sandy beach, because as they built this dam, you know, they're going to dig down and clear a lot of the rocks out. A lot of this lake, even though it appears to be a lake, it's very murky. It's only 7 feet right here where I'm at. I have videos, that go back 2013, where I was way up the mountain, way up there. But now we're way down here. And they're draining the lake more. So the biggest difficulty is you have to be very careful. I think kayaks, folks in their kayaks, they're okay. But you come in here with those 200-300 horsepower motors, you could have a big problem. Because the lake is really down. It really is, folks. It's ridiculous. Most of this is just sandy area, beach. And if they're dropping this lake even more, you have to be very careful. So you have these speeders, such as this guy here, zooming across the lake. Let's see if we can catch him. Just a moving. But I do not recommend that, because some of that area he's going over, it may not be more than 10 feet deep. I'm telling you, they've really drained this lake. It is ridiculous. So I'm taking it easy. I have trolling motors, but a lot of this fishing area is setting off my alarms on my fish finders, because they're set at 5 feet minimum, and you're coming up on that real easy. Okay, let me get back to fishing. Okay, this is Hot Rod Shoulders. I'll try fishing a point like this and drag a worm. The water is so low, you're not going to find a lot of boulders right now. You have to be careful when you're boating. So take it nice and easy, because I'm only in maybe 10 feet of water, and the depths can fluctuate very fast. So I'm going to try at in this little old rocky mountain here, and see by pulling off if you may have bass hanging around there. But a lot of this lake, once it starts to hit the bottom, you're going to hit sandy beach. You can find some spots where you'll see fish suspended, but not many. So if you decide to come up to the lake, you have to be very careful. You're in a boat and you like to juice that motor up, but you have to be careful, because I'm in trolling motors, Yeah, I'm using trolling motors, and I find it that I have to be careful because I have my fish finder set at 5 feet minimum, and they're going off quite often. Okay, hot rod shoulders, folks. Just out here taking it easy. This hot rod shoulders, still a little slow, folks. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. The area that I'm showing you is normally an area that I will fish in. And just above where you see the edge there, okay, you can see people. They walk there. They will jog. And then right along this edge is normally full or filled with water. And we'll drag our worm across these rocks. This is the point. It's all beach area. So now, no telling what to expect around this corner, but I don't know what to say about this lake. I see some guys who've already launched early this morning, returning. Yeah, they're returning back to the dock. So I'm in 30 feet of water. We'll go around this bend and see what's going on, but you have to be very careful in this lake right now, because some of the area will appear to be deep when it's actually shallow. Alrighty, let's get back to fishing, folks. But just telling you, you have to beware, and we have to be very careful. Okay, a lot of this, we may never ever get to see this lake this low ever again. Normally, when I'm fishing, I'm up in this area. And up above there where you see the cutout, it's normally where people, they're jogging. Well, no, they're jogging up below above there. They're jogging up in that area. So all this is normally, we fish normally in this area. We may never see this lake ever this low again. This is sandy beach area. I'm just dragging this worm here. Oh, I'm getting a bite. Am I getting a bite now? Hold on. Let's see. Oh, got him. Oh, no, I missed him. Shit. My drag, folks. I'm sitting here. Oh, I got him. I got him. Oh, no, I missed him. Oh, I'm sitting there running my mouth. Man, hot rod missed him. Looks how he messed up my worm. God. All right, let me get back to fishing. Quit trying to give this exploration historic instead of fishing trip. Okay, let me get back to fishing. Okay, this is the back side of this mountain where I normally fish. And remember, I'm fishing in this rock area. Most of us have never seen it before, where we're looking at nothing but sandy beach. So when you come to this lake, you have to expect it could be down further than this. I mean, depending on how much they're dropping this lake. Okay, let me get back to fishing. This is a rocky mess. Oh, started losing man, it's windy here. That is a rocky mess. Then you've got these cables coming down. Be very careful back here, but we're gonna see what we can do. I'm pulling off these rocks. In fact, there's not too many more rocks, as you notice, left underwater. It's mostly beach. I mean, the lake, it would be a decent beach here, most of the lake. And then you've got the power cables here. You've got to be careful. So we're just going to drag this worm similar to the crawfish and see what we get over the rocks. It's very rocky back here. You have to be careful. I'm closer to Sky Harbor as we go around the bend. Okay, that is the snow that is still in the mountains that is yet to come down. So if we're looking at snow at this level, and that looks thick, you can imagine what the concern is of the reason why these lakes are so low. This is the lowest I've ever seen. Look. And this is on the back side, because there's the restroom, and it's near Sky Harbor. So this is actually ridiculous, folks. But let me get back to fishing. Just wanted to show you that. There you go. Got it there. Find it. Yep. I got it. No, I missed him. Son of a bitch. Look how he did my worm. Oh, man. It's a long grind, folks. It's about 2:30. I'm still on it. Okay, this is something you're going to have to be aware of at Millerton. When I launched, the water was higher and this ramp was more clean. Now the water has dropped about 2 or 3 feet. There was a truck earlier that was struggling to get in and out of this lake with his boat. The park ranger drove by and even stopped and drove off. Did nothing about either taking a shovel and clearing this or even considering coming down and seeing what was going on. But this is a dilemma that you may have to face here. Now, I don't want to get these baller rims too far, too much down more in the sand, so what I'm going to try to do is crank this boat up, is what I'll do. But this is something you may have to deal with at this lake, that you've got. This is not like Pine Flat, where you'll hear the ranger and the bulldozer cleaning the ramp, the boat ramp. Here at Millerton, they don't give a damn, so you have to keep this in mind if you come here. So the only way I was able to get my boat up onto my trailer was I had to physically pull it up. My boat is light enough once you remove the batteries in the trolling motor that front end you can lift and sort of drag it up on the trailer. A lot of you are not going to be able to do that because of the size of your boat and the weight. Also, when you go out into the mouth here, it's only like 3.5 feet deep as you go out the mouth of this channel. So you have to keep that in mind, folks, that this is a messed up lake here. Like I said, the release of the water, and also not cleaning these ramps when they're aware that this water is dropping. They're not doing anything to keep it clean, and somebody is liable to get stuck. So these guys had trucks, 4x4 truck, and you could hear his back tire slipping. Okay, folks, Hot Rod Shoulder. All right, folks, this is Hot Rod Shoulders. It's time to leave. It's not much of a fishing show. I'm going to stop up here up front and ask, what is the policy on that boat ramp like that? Because we pay $17. We don't pay $17 to come up here and get stuck. So if this guy doesn't have an answer, I'll go to the main office. And this way at least you guys will know what the hell is going on when you got 2 feet of sand at the boat ramp, making it difficult to pull out, and the ranger is aware of that and he does nothing. So I'll pull up here, I'll kill the camera because at least give that person respect.